Good afternoon. I welcome you for this lecture of engineering mechanics course. And we have been doing so far module 1, wherein we are learning basics of statics, and you know how important that as you have to proceed with design of components for static loading and so on in your next course, mechanics of materials, that you are going to study, otherwise called strength of material course. And we were just doing last class some of the problems to confirm our understanding on static equilibrium, concept of static equilibrium, and what do you mean by free body diagram? How do you draw free body diagram for the given configuration diagram? And then you would be able to apply your two-force equilibrium concept or three-force equilibrium concept appropriately on the rigid body of the system or rigid body of the connected system. Last class we solved the problem of a connected system. So it happens that you have a three forces in free body diagram. You know, Lamis theorem is viable if it is concurrent. Otherwise, you would solve using condition of equilibrium if it is parallel force system and so on. So you are quite familiar with now what is free body diagram of a structure. So you draw configuration diagram, isolate the support and show the reactions along with the active forces is what is called free body diagram. Then you look at and appropriately apply condition of equilibrium, solve for unknowns. Basically unknowns in equilibrium problems are the support reactions, determination of support reactions. So with that, we were able to conclude last lecture solving some example problems. I'm going to add up two more problems and then we will get to the next module to application of this basics of statics, particularly static equilibrium concept into real-time structures called trusses and frames. In the next class, we will do that. And I'm going to do maybe another 40 minutes or 35 minutes. I will leave you before 5 minutes to 2 so that you can join next class at 2 o'clock and we'll just try to solve two problems again to adhere and confirm our understanding of static equilibrium. So I'm going to choose again a system of connected bodies and solve a problem, right? So let's take example. Let me open my board. So I hope you are all able to see this board. And this is lecture number 11. And today it is 24th February 24/02/2021. And let's solve a problem on a system of connected bodies which is under static equilibrium. So just let us look at this is the arrangement of the system. So I have a cantilever. So when I say it's a cantilever, it is one end is fixed. So this is the fixed end. So in this cantilever, I have now a slot made. So there is a slot in this cantilever. So cantilever means you don't require always to think on a structural cantilever. It is a mechanical system wherein you see there is a cantilever and that has got a slot in it. So this is a slot. So the remaining, this is all a cantilever with a slot in it, right? So this cantilever. So this cantilever arrangement has got to hold a circular disc and have its motion in this slot. So this is a circular disc. I have a circular disc like this, right? So this disc has got a pin at the center. The pin is being guided in this slot and this cantilever can be guided in this slot at the cantilever. So now this is possible how I require a control motion of this. So you look at here, there is a spring which is connecting this pin and it is constrained at the other end. So I have a spring which is going to have a control over this portion. So there is a spring here, right? And the spring is fixed at this end. And now you see when let us say what is happening at the motion of this, the control motion of this to describe. Let me give a position now. Where is it located? So it is located at a distance now x from this point. So this is my origin or reference point. From there, the position of the circular disc is at a distance, say x. Right? Say that's x. And also what is asked here is if x is 0, if x is 0, what does that mean is the spring is elongated by 10 mm. If x is 0, the spring is elongated by 10 mm. Correct? When x is 0, the deflection in the spring, let us say delta naught in the spring, is 10 mm. 10 mm. Now, if x is equal to 150 mm, right? 150 mm, what is the tension? That's what is the question. Correct? So, when I say when x is equal to 150 mm, what is the elongation in the spring at x is equal to 150? It's simple, because when x is equal to 0, you have a spring deformation is 10 mm. When x is equal to 150, the spring deformation would be 150 plus 10, so 160 mm. So now you know the spring is elongated. So when x is equal to 0, it's not free length, it is already elongated by 10 mm. That's what you should say. Why this condition of when x is equal to 0, 10 mm elongation? In case of the spring stiffness is such that now it won't make you this is say x is equal to 150 in a given problem, right? It won't make the disc position at 150 mm. So it will just be pulling the spring force. Now the spring will try to pull, because it is elongated, it will try to pull this, and this disc will come and settle at x is equal to 0. That's its initial position. But now I require for my component, this component, to be precisely translated to a requirement of 150 mm from x is equal to 0. So how is it been achieved? Is by means of a cable which goes around, a string, inextensible string, which goes around this circular disc. This is that string. So the string has got some tension now. The string has got some tension. So this string now is what is holding this circular disc at a distance x is equal to 150 mm. If the string is not there, what would happen? The disc would move to the left and be at point O. That is how you should understand this arrangement and this mechanism. So what is the mass of this disc? That's given. That is 3 kgs. That is 3 kgs. So now what would be the question that you expect? What is the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever? That's the question. What is the force exerted by the disc on to the cantilever? That is the question. So how do you go about solving this problem? And you are given the rate of the spring, that is spring constant here K, that is called the spring stiffness, that is going to be equal to 3.5 kilonewton per meter. It is a high stiff spring. So this is the spring stiffness. This spring stiffness is what is offering the spring force whenever there is a deformation. When there is a spring elongated, the spring force will try to pull this end of the spring or the member connected at this end to the left, so that the member would be always having a pull by the spring to the left, but it has been prevented by the cable because to hold here and the weight of this disc acting on the cantilever and so on all. So this is the arrangement. So now the question is, what is the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever? So how do you solve this problem? And again, it is a very interesting problem, as this involves a connected body system. So how many elements are there in this? Let's number one by one. So I have this cantilever, that's 1. I have my disc, which is number 2. And here the dimension of the disc is not given. It is may not be required. As we solve the problem, we'll understand. And we have another member, which is number 3, a spring. And we have another important member, inextensible string, inextensible string that goes around this disc. So these are the 4 elements. So earlier cases we have seen the system of connected bodies with the rigid members connected. But it is not necessarily always. You would see the mechanical system with the flexible members comes into picture, like in this case that you witness spring and cable. So cable is under tension. It is the cable cannot withstand compression. There is no compression in the cable. So unless it is being pulled, there is no force in the cable. So the work of the cable won't be there. So like a flexible member and combination with the rigid members can constitute a mechanical system for the important intended purpose, and that could be expected to be under static equilibrium in many situations. And one such situation described, I just taken this problem wherein I require a precision motion of the disc on the guide of the cantilever shown in this configuration diagram. Look at the word configuration. So this is given configuration. This is not a free body diagram. So in this configuration, you have been described the system. Now the question is posted to you, what is the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever? So this is the question. So how do you go about solving this problem now? I have to draw a free body diagram of the disc for that. So let me just draw the free body diagram of the disc. So I'll have to, what is free body diagram? Isolate that particular member of the system. That is this. So, and then show all the active forces and reactive forces in it. So what are the active forces? Active forces are the weight, which is 3 into 9.81, which is acting down, weight of the disc. And then you have the spring force that is pulling this to the left. So I would have here a spring force, Fs, where this Fs is given by K into delta of the spring at x is equal to 150 mm. Because that is the force at this instant. So what would be my value? It is 3.5 kilonewton. So into 1000 Newton by meter into delta, that is 160 mm now, deformation of the spring. So it is 0.16 meters. So this product would be my spring force, and that would act to the left at this. So that is the spring force acting. And what else? Active forces means the disc has got here a tension. And when I have to isolate this, I have to cut this string as well here. So I will have here as well a tension. So that tension would be drawn here. So there is a tension here like this. And are there any other force? Of course, what is asked to be represented now. So that is my reaction. So reaction is what? Is a reaction from 1 cantilever to 2. So that would be over here. That is R12. So R21 is what is asked. What is the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever is R21. So what is that R12 I get? Reverse of that is what is asked. That's the answer. But in this free body diagram, I have this reaction here, and rest all are the active forces. Right? So this is free body diagram of the disc. Do you have any doubts at this moment to ask me? Anybody?
Sir, is it a massless string?
Yeah, string mass we do not consider. Generally, you can see a very thin string, which can be massless. For example, polyester wire you take. So the polyester wire which is used for sieving, If you look at, it's very thin. Sometimes that may not be having any weight, but you see it's very stiff. So it cannot be elongated. You may consider like that. Unless it is given in the problem that consider the mass of the string, you may consider that is a massless string. In most of the application, you would see problems. The weight of self weight sometime of the cantilever, self weight or the weight of the spring, these all will be neglected as we compare to the primary rigid body. And if it is required to be assumed, it can be assumed and you can carry out. In this case, we can neglect that. Yeah. Any other doubts? If you do not have any other doubts, how do you proceed now solving now? So how many unknowns are there in this diagram? I have to find out this tension. I have to find out R12. So only two unknowns are there in this free body diagram. Is it not? In this free body diagram. So how do I represent now? See, look at now, it's very simple. You would again see that application of equivalent force couple system that comes into picture. What is that? I have here a tension. That's why the radius is not required to be known in this problem, because this cable go around the circular portion. So if I bring this T to this point and cancel the T, so this forms a couple. T into R forms a couple which is clockwise couple. Similarly, this T, what is there here, if I bring that parallelly to this point, to the center of the disk, and cancel it, to nullify it, this T, this two forms a couple. This two forms a couple as these two forms a couple, right? So this cancels and I would have my system reduces to concurrent system of forces. So when it is concurrent system of forces, I can redraw this diagram for my convenience to apply condition of equilibrium or my clarity of writing equation at a concurrent point, the center of the disk, the available forces. So what are the available forces at the center of the disk? So let me take, this is the center of the disk point. I have R12 upward. So bring the tail of this to the concurrent point. So this is R12. This is FBD, whatever I have drawn. In FBD, I can take this tension here, or if geometry is not there, you assume this is all concurrent at one point, right? And this couple cancel each other. So here R12 and weight is acting down, which is 3 into 9.81, and spring force is acting to the left, and that is going to be this value. Calculate this value. What is the value of spring force? Can anyone find out and tell me?
560 Newton.
How much it comes? 560 Newton.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. That comes out to be 560 Newton. Good. So this is 560 Newton. And you have a tension here. So you require this orientation of this. So that is forgotten to be given to you, because this string which goes around can have any angle. I can have this like this. I can have any angle. So in this case, it is given slope 1, 1. So 45 degrees you can consider. So if I consider that, I will have here this T over here, which is inclined 45 degrees. And also I will have this tension T. So I have now T and R12, two unknowns. I can solve for this. So what is the equation that I should use now? This concurrent system of forces, I have two condition of equilibrium, sigma Fx equal to 0 and sigma Fy equals 0. So these are the two equations I have in my hand, and two unknowns T and R12. I can solve for R12. So you can also wisely decide now which one to use first. Since one of the unknown R12 is vertical, so if I use my first equation, I would get straight away T. So let me use first equation, sigma Fx equal to 0. I would have this T minus plus T cos 45 minus 560. That's equal to 0. So T would be 560 by 1 plus cos 45. So what is the answer that you get? Have you solved? It comes out to be 327 kilonewton. 327 Newton. That's the tension. Now, knowing tension, I could easily find out what would be my R12. That's very straightforward. So, applying now the second condition of sigma Fy equals 0, this convention, I can rewrite this R12 plus T, so that's 327 sine 45, because that component by this vertical component also is positive, minus 3 into 9.81, because the given mass into 9.81 is the force weight, that's going to be equal to 0. So that solves for R12. So you get 3 into 9.81 minus 327 sine 45 degrees. So what is that you have? Minus 202.53 minus 202.53 Newton. So what is the meaning of this? It is 202.53 Newton acting down. Is what is the reaction? So R12 is now is this. So the reaction offered is in this is opposite direction. What does that means? What does that means? This gives the as this tension in this. If you look at the pressure offered at the pin is on the upper part of the rail. So as this T acting now, what is actually happening? The disc getting pressure on the upper one. So force reaction is downward direction. So that is what you see here. So R12 you get minus 202.53 should be interpreted this minus 3 as R12 is downward direction. Though the weight is acting down, we think there is a weight sitting on the rail. So if tension is not there, then what would happen? You feel that the reaction is the same as that of 3 into 9.81. But the moment the tension comes in the string, so what is that? It changes. The reaction which was offered upward to balance the weight, in fact, it changes as the tension is pulling up and the reaction is downward direction. So the reaction is downward direction. What would be that in the rail? What would be that in the rail? So the force exerted by disc on the rail is asked. So I should draw now the cantilever with that rail. So this is the cantilever. This one is the cantilever with the slot. I just draw the slot. So this is the cantilever that we have been looking at it in the system, right? In the system. So this is x is equal to 0 at x is equal to 150. X is equal to 150 mm. The disc gets the reaction downward direction. So what does that means? Here it is in the upward direction. This is R21. From 2 to 1. So 2 is disc and 1 is cantilever. So the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever is R21, which is equal to 202.53 Newton. Is what we have to answer. Is that clear? Anybody is not following what I have been explaining? Any doubts at the moment? Any doubts? If you do not have any doubts, I'm happy that you follow what I have taught. Let us now take an next problem, maybe equilibrium of system which can have its forces in space. Only one sample problem, we may have such problem in examination. So it is just finding tensions in the support cables of a barrel which has been hung. right? So the
Uh,
barrel which
sir,
weighs and yeah,
sir, in the previous problem, it is asked that what is the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever, no, sir?
correct.
Sir, so then why are we drawing a free body diagram of cantilever in the end? We need to draw it for a disc, no, sir?
I'm not drawing the free body diagram of the cantilever because I have not
No, sir.
drawn the free body diagram of the cantilever. I have not drawn this fixed
Not
kind of.
exactly the free body
I'm
diagram,
just
but then
showing. I'm just
representation.
showing what is the force exerted by the disc onto the cantilever. So look at here. I numbered. One is cantilever. 2 is disc. So force exerted from 2 to 1 is what is the reaction felt from 1 to 2 in the free body diagram of the disc. Yes or no? See, you take your hand, go to the wall and you give a pressure on the wall. What is the reaction you are feeling is what is the force you are exerting onto the wall. That's all. So if you push your hand palm onto the vertical wall, you get a equal force on your hand. So that is that reaction in your hand. So the reaction R12. So here I have written R12 is the reaction that comes from 1 to 2, right? Is the same as what is offered by, that is that you are offering onto wall, if you understand, that is the force exerted by disc onto the cantilever. So that's the idea. So I find the reaction in the disc from the free body diagram, and that is considered as if weight is acting down, so I should have a reaction up. I have taken this direction. If this direction is correct and the tension value is lesser, that would have been in the case, then I would have got here a positive value, but I get a negative value. So I should reverse this direction. So when I reverse this direction, I know the reaction in the disc is downward direction. That means the force exerted onto the cantilever is just R21. Reverse that. So I take this here. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is not a free body diagram. This is not a free body diagram. This is a representation of force exerted by disc number 2 on cantilever, which is number 1. So I just have drawn the cantilever and shown this here. Is that clear? Yeah. So let's proceed with the next problem.